Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my last video, I talked about how to differentiate implicit functions. Now today, I'm going to be talking about, still on implicit functions, I'm going to be talking about how to find the gradient of a curve at a point. And we know that the gradient of a curve is actually changing y over changing x. So I have two questions here. So the questions say, find the gradient of the following curves at a point given. A, y raised to the power of 2 is equal to 8x at 2 and 4. So in this case, 2 is x and 4 is y. So B says x raised to the power of 3 plus y raised to the power of 3 is equal to 9 at 2 and 1. So I'm going to write solution. So for me to solve this, the first one, I'm going to apply implicit rule. So I'm going to differentiate the y raised to the power of 2 over the x is equal to the 8x over the x. So differentiating the y square, that is y square, I'm going to get 2y, then the y over the x. Remember, we're looking for the y over the x. That is changing y over changing x. That's going to give us the gradient of the curve. So it's equal to differentiating 8x is going to give me 8. So in this case, for me to get the value of the y over the x, I'm going to make it the subject of the formula, dividing across with its coefficient, which is 2y. So that is, it's going to be the y over the x is equal to 8 over 2y. In this case, remember that x is represented by 2, then y is represented by 4. So remember, we have two axes, x and y axis. So I'm going to have the y over the x. So in this case, anywhere I see y, I'm going to replace with 4. Remember, there is no x in this expression, 8 over 2y. This fraction, there's no x in it. So I'm going to replace y here with 4. And that's going to give me 8 over 2 times 4. So that's going to give me 8 over 8, which is 1. So the gradient is actually 1. The gradient of the curve y squared is equal to 8x at 2 and 4. So I'm going to do the same in the second question. So applying implicit rule. So I'm going to write B, x raised to the power of 3 plus y raised to the power of 3 is equal to 9. That is at 2 and 1. In this case, x is 2, y is 1. So what do I need to do? I'm going to write the x3 divided by the x, that is differentiating x3, x raised to the power of 3 rather, plus differentiating y raised to the power of 3. I'm going to have the y raised to the power of 3 divided by the x is equal to, remember that 9 is a constant, and whenever you're differentiating a constant, it's going to be 0. So I'm going to write 0 here. So now differentiating x raised to the power of 3, that's going to give me 3x raised to the power of 2 plus differentiating y raised to the power of 3, that's going to give me 3y raised to the power of 2 dy over the x. Remember, we're using implicit rule. This is equal to 0. In this case, we have the y over the x here. So the goal is just to make it the subject of the formula, because changing y over changing, which is the same thing as the y over the x, is the gradient of the curve. So this is going to be 3x2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to, so I'm going to move 3y raised to the power of 2 dy over the x across to the right hand side, and it's going to be minus because it's plus here. So anytime that crosses a equal sign in mathematics, the sign changes. So that's going to give me 3y squared dy over the x. The goal is just to make the y over the x the subject of the formula. So in this case, for me to free the y over the x, which is the gradient, I'm going to divide both sides with its coefficient, which is minus 3y raised to the power of 2. So doing so, I'm going to have, that is dividing across with minus 3y squared minus 3y squared. So you can see this is going to cancel out this. So dy dx is now free. I'm going to write dy over dx, which is the gradient, is equal to 3x raised to the power of 2 over minus 3y raised to the power of 2. And remember that this is the same thing as minus 3x raised to the power of 2 over 3y raised to the power of 2. Minus just moved up. So in this case, you can see that 3 will cancel out 3. I will have dy over dx is going to be minus x raised to the power of 2 divided by y raised to the power of 2. And we are given 2 as x and y as 1. So anywhere I see 2, anywhere I see x, I'm gonna replace with 2, and anywhere I see y, I'm gonna replace with 1. So doing so, I'm gonna write minus 2 square divided by y is 1 square. So this is gonna give me what? This is equal to dy over dx is going to give me 2 square is what? That's going to give me 4. So I'm going to write minus 4 divided by 1 square is going to give me what? 1. Minus 4 over 1 is actually minus 4. So the gradient of the curve is minus 4. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more.